Japan Dyno, the best of Japan to you. Howdy, this is Andy of Japan Dyno, and I have for you an HKS sequential blow-off valve, the SQV blow-off valve on the flange for the S13, SR20DET or CA18DET vehicles, so the S13 flange, the HKS sequential or SQV blow-off valve, little brother to the super sequential blow-off valve, essentially the same valve, except with the outer housing being from cast alloy rather than from billet aluminum that you have with the Super SQV. So the same sound, the same mechanism, slightly smaller mechanism inside, but the same essential sound and mechanism as the Super sequential blow-off valve, and works on the same principle. We'll go through some further shots, but as you can see, 100% working condition, and for the S13 CA18DET or SR20DET engines, the flange here, of course, if the flange is modified, it can work with any turbo vehicle, being an adjustable type blow-off valve with a little adjustable tensioning to the spring on the bolt in the back here. So we'll go to a close-up of the valve itself. So lots of little marks and scratches on the paint on the outside of the valve, but in good working condition. A sequential blow-off valve. There's a diaphragm in this area here, and a spring that resists the movement of the diaphragm in this area here. The tension on the spring can be adjusted by winding in and out the bolt and then locking it in place with the locking nut there. So boost pressure pushes from below on the diaphragm, and what inner manifold vacuum also pulls on the diaphragm. So when the boost pressure and inner manifold vacuum are enough to overcome the spring, you get a flutter in the spring, as in the diaphragm here against the spring. The diaphragm flutters and pulls a valve which runs through the center here, little green valve at the front there, and when it flutters, it allows the boost pressure to squeeze through the trumpet, giving that very distinctive sequential blow-off valve sound, the SQV, the sequential blow-off valve sound. So other side of the valve, again, lots of little marks and scratches, but in good working condition. And this is the, of course, the nipple which goes to the inner manifold, the adjusting bolt and locking nut, diaphragm in this area here, spring housing, piston, and the trumpet here. Okay, going through some further shots from behind, bit of view of the adjuster bolt in back there. So made from cast alloy on the outside, and the inside essentially the same as the super sequential, where the super sequential has a purple valve, purpley pink valve. The sequential has the green valve, blow off sequential, HKS logo on the top there. Okay, made by the HKS company of Japan. And when, of course, this little valve is pulled back when the diaphragm flutters, it allows the boost to squeeze around the edge of this little piston here, producing the sound or from the front of the blow-off valve. So a good, fully functioning, working order HKS sequential blow-off valve for the S13 chassis type, made in Japan, from Japan. Thank you. In order to serve you better, we have our website at www.japandyno.com, as well as our blog, the Japan Dyno Daily Fix, where we feature items of special interest. Look forward to seeing you there.